Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am pleased to have the opportunity today to rise in debate of the federal budget, Economic Action Plan 2015. Today I'm going to focus the bulk of my comments on the benefits this budget will have for Canadian families. But first, Mr. Speaker, I want to note that our government made a promise to Canadians. I made a promise to the residents of Macleod. Our government promised Canadians we would balance our budget by 2015. And I am proud to stand in this House today and say, under the guidance of our Prime Minister, we have fulfilled that promise. Economic Action Plan 2015 is a balanced budget. This is a result of hard work, commitment, and a prudent fiscal approach to government. The Conservative approach has reduced the deficit from $55.6 billion at the height of the global recession to a projected surplus of $1.4 billion in 2015-2016. Canada is the first country in the G7 to be able to balance its budget since the global recession in 2008. Balancing the budget is essential, not only because it instills confidence in our economy and allows us to turn our attention to paying down our debt, but perhaps most importantly, it is what Canadians have told us they wanted. They want sound fiscal management, and they want assurance the tax dollars of hardworking Canadian families are being spent wisely. Canadians are confident our Conservative government is usually utilizing tax dollars to the most effective manner. How are we doing this? We are doing this by balancing our budget, ensuring vital social and infrastructure programs are funded, and most importantly, by leaving more tax dollars in the pockets of those who know how to use it best, hardworking Canadians. Our Economic Action Plan is built on smart, long-term fiscal planning, and as a result, we can not only table a balanced budget, but we can also provide funding for communities in need. Funds such as the new Building Canada Plan, the longest and largest infrastructure program in Canadian history. And I'm very proud to say the $750 million annual contribution to the Innovative Public Transit Fund, something that municipalities across the country have been asking for years, and something they're very impressed to have in this budget. All Canadians, including my constituents in Macleod, will benefit from this budget. Mr. Speaker, I'm sure many of the people in this share a similar story, but my wife and I both work very hard. And to be honest, we often struggle just to make ends meet, especially when we are raising a young family. And families across the country share this story. They can find it difficult paying for their children's activities, childcare, or the other necessities of life. It is with this in mind that I am proud that our Economic Action Plan includes various tax credits geared towards helping hardworking Canadian families make ends meet. These tax credits will benefit 100% of Canadian families with children. Let me repeat that, Mr. Speaker. Tax credits which will benefit 100% of Canadian families with children. Among these tax credits is the Enhanced Universal Child Care Benefit. This means almost $2,000 per year for each child under 7 and $720 per year for each child between 7 and 17. The Universal Child Care Benefit provides families with the flexibility they need to meet their child care needs, whether it is families on shift work, those who have family help, or those who are in communities where traditional daycare is not always easily accessible. Families can choose how to use these funds to address their child care needs how they see fit. Unlike what the NDP would have us believe, child care is not a one-size-fits-all issue, nor is it best served by a multi-billion-dollar bureaucracy which only will benefit 10% of Canadian families. Another program which I'm very proud is the expansion of the Child Fitness Tax Credit. I recall quite vividly when the Fitness Tax Credit was first introduced and how much it helped my wife and I pay for our kids in their sports, volleyball, soccer, and hockey. It made a big difference in my family. It is critical to keep our kids healthy and active, and now by doubling the Child's Fitness Tax Credit to $1,000 per child and making it refundable, it ensures even more families will be able to keep their kids healthy and happy. And as I said earlier, I have 3 children, and I understand the costs of post-secondary education. In speaking with my own kids and students, they express the importance of making student loans more accessible. In Budget 2015, we have also included several initiatives to improve student grants and loans. These initiatives include expanding eligibility, reducing expected parental contribution, and an important change, removing the financial aid penalty for students working while studying. This will allow students to earn some hard-earned and much-needed spending dollars while they are attending school without impacting their student loan. We have also expanded the eligibility for the Canada Student Grants, made significant investments in post-secondary education to remove financial barriers and to streamline the Canada Student Loans program. We have also expanded the eligibility for low and middle income Canada Student Grants. In addition, one program which I think is going to be very successful is enhancing the Canada Apprenticeship Loan Program. Canadians participating in an apprenticeship loan program will be eligible for $4,000 of an interest-free loan per training session. They can use these dollars to help pay for a mortgage, put food on the table, buy tools, or anything that they may need while they're attending school. This will ensure Canadians have the financial support they need as they pursue a Red Seal trade. This is an important initiative because these trades address critical need for the skilled labor we need across Canada. Mr. Speaker, we have also made it a priority to pass on these benefits to Canadian seniors. We recognize they have put years into supporting our communities. After all, they have built this country, and it is our turn to give back and make their lives more comfortable. In meeting with seniors over the last few months, one issue rose again and again. Thankfully, they are living longer, but as a result, they need those savings that they've put away to last. Again, our government listened, and we are reducing the minimum withdrawal factors for the Registered Retirement Income Fund, or their RIF. This, in combination with pension income splitting, is enabling seniors to preserve more of their retirement savings. We have also introduced a new home accessibility tax credit for seniors and people with disabilities. This credit will help seniors with the cost of ensuring their homes are safe, accessible, and tailored to their needs. This will allow them to stay in their homes, stay in their communities where they're close to friends, family, and that important social network. Over the past few weeks, I've had the opportunity to meet with residents across southern Alberta to discuss our family tax credits, financial assistance for students, seniors, and veterans, enhancing the tax-free savings account, extending the compassionate care benefits, and our small business tax reductions. The response I've had from Canadians could not be clearer. They are ecstatic with the programs our government is implementing, and it helps them to cover the costs of raising a family. Now, Mr. Speaker, I must admit, I am disappointed with the opposition and how they've misrepresented some of these tax credits. For example, they have called enhancing the tax-free savings account and reducing small business taxes as gifts for the wealthy, a tax handout. I want to make this very clear. The benefits of Budget 2015 are not rhetoric, and as much as they'd like to deny it, they are reality. Since 2006, our government has implemented changes that will provide tax relief and increased benefits of up to $6,600 in 2015 for a typical two-earner family of four. These are a result of initiatives such as the family tax cut, the universal child care benefit, and the cut in the GST, which has reduced the federal tax burden on Canadians to its lowest level in 50 years. Canadians at all income levels are benefiting from the tax relief introduced by our government, with low and middle income Canadians receiving proportionately greater relief. For example, in this budget, we have increased the limit for the tax-free savings account from $5,500 to $10,000. 11 million Canadians have a tax-free savings account, and 60% of those have maxed out their TFSA, and of those 60%, they were earning $60,000 or less. And of those, almost 25% were earning between $20,000 and $40,000 per year. Do we really consider that a gift for the wealthy? On the contrary, I see that as making a choice. I look at that as saving for my first house, maybe putting some money away for my child's education, or making sure I have funds set aside for my retirement. It is their money. It is not the government's money. They should be able to spend it or save it. It was taxed when they earned it, and unlike the opposition, I don't believe we should be taxing them again when they choose to save it. Simply, Mr. Speaker, I urge all honourable members of this House to support the Economic Action Plan 215. It is built on sound financial planning, which will allow Canadians to keep more money in their pockets, right where it belongs, right where it will help drive our economy, create jobs, and ensure continued growth and prosperity for all Canadians. Thank you.